beautiful leg kick. Oh, and he's right, not time to go. A spinning back kick. Spinning back fist on the gloves by Arias still out on his feet. Bakewell teeing off lefts and rights and knees. He's coming forward. Oh, big knee. For blood. Good teeth to leg again and a good leg kick. Really like Andy Bakewell's style. Oh,
great shot by Martin. Great shot by Andy Bakewell. Martin is on the
oh, beautiful knee to the face there.
Yes, ladies and gents, welcome back to In the Red Corner. Thank you very much for joining us. Much appreciated. Glad you can be here. Honoured to have in the Red Corner tonight, Mr. Andrew Bakewell, and I'll bring him on now. Here he is.
How you doing, mate? Nice to
Not
meet
too
you.
bad. Yeah, how are you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah.
Good man.
Nice
Good man.
Well.
Brilliant. Thank you. Like I say, thank you very much for coming on. It's an honour to have you on. Big boss of the Bkfc UK. Ran off your feet at the moment, no doubt, with the show that's coming up. What, less than 2 weeks away now?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. We're just getting it's not too bad. Just getting all the last details in place. Just trying to make sure everyone's got all the medicals in and all the rest of it. Everything's looking good though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it myself. It's a stacked card. Some big names on there, big fights. We'll talk about what's been deemed as the people's main event, which is Danny Christie, Anthony Holmes.
Yeah,
everyone I've spoken to is looking forward to that one, and it's going to be a hell of a war.
It is, mate. Yeah, they're two very similar sorts of mentality of fighters, aren't they? But two very different styles. So they're two top boys in that division of the country. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, you know, I don't know Anthony Holmes, but mentality-wise and things like that, him and Danny seem quite similar. They've gone down a similar path and things like that, but styles-wise, two completely different styles, and I think that's what's going to make for a good fight, to be honest.
Yeah, mate, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how they both go about it, whether they change their tactics or they both do what each other thinks they're going to do. Because, I mean, Anthony Holmes sits back a little bit more and Danny likes to come forward, so it's going to be interesting to see if anything gets changed.
Yeah. We've got Burrito and Cox as well as the actual main event.
Yeah, it's a big fight.
It's going to be a good fight. Recently signed Cox.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Professional boxer.
He's been at the highest level of professional boxing, mate. So to see that guy coming over to just bare knuckle fighting in general is just a massive thing for the whole sport.
Yeah,
he's just another big name. If we can keep getting big names like that coming over from pro boxing, it's looking positive for the sport in general.
Definitely. I think that'll keep coming as well. I mean, obviously the BKFC America in the US, they're making marquee signings.
Some massive things over there, mate. He's always working on some big signings in the background. That guy's just relentless. He just never stops working.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's tough at the top, isn't it? Someone's got to do it. And
he's the one who's grabbed it by the horns and run away with it, and he's just head and shoulders above everybody else within this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, fastest growing sport in the world, I would say, at the moment.
Yeah, it is definitely. It's just going down. It seems to be going down the same path as MMA. It's been going down. Anyway,
the way I see it,
in 10 years, it's going to be worthwhile for everybody to put the work in.
Definitely. The way I see the BKFC is probably where the UFC was maybe 15 years ago or so. Yeah. And it's just going to keep going and keep climbing, keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Still really early days for the sport in general, because I mean, nobody's even teaching like bare knuckle boxing. Something like that. I think there's seen one gym popping up that's actually teaching bare knuckle boxing. But when it becomes an actual developed sport like that, and you're actually getting guys starting from the off developing as pro bare knuckle boxers.
Yeah,
you're going to develop its own style and really start running away with itself. Then
that's it. It still really needs, like, quite in its infancy, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, like the UFC years ago, there weren't people necessarily going out training as MMA fighters. There were guys from other combat sports coming in, competing against it, and so with different styles going against each other, which is kind of what we've got here. So it's all the stand-up martial arts in a bit of a unified rule setting, with no gloves on in a unique ring, which is just great to see. So it's great to see which styles are kind of going to lead the way for the future of bare knuckle boxing.
That's it. I think Thai boxing as well. I think that's going to be a great style for bare knuckle boxing. It's got the clinch game. It's got the clinch side of things.
Yeah, just the Thai boxers always struggle a bit because the sport's so different than any other sport. Everything's thrown with full power. The movement's not there. Everything's relying on legs and power kicks and teeps. Boxing doesn't really score. Some of them will transition over pretty well, but in general, the boxing side of things in Thai boxing is not great. But they are really tough guys. The mentality of them fighters is second to none.
And of course, yourself, you were a Thai boxer, K1, left way. You've done a lot yourself.
Yeah, about a fair few, mate. Yeah.
It was great watching your fights back to make the show reel for you. It was interesting to see how you got on and learn about you as well.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, no, you enjoyed fighting. I'm still training 4 or 5 days a week now.
Do you miss fighting?
Yeah, I still miss it. I don't miss the relentless training that you've got to do for it. It's just fitting it into my life now. Just have to train 12 hours a week to kind of be at any sort of level. Then it's just whether I can actually put that time to one side.
Yeah. So tickets are available now. The Bkfc website, ever bright as well. You can get them, and you can also download the Bkfc app. And I think it's about $8.99 a month, and you get all the streams for free. It's it's a bargain, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, considering how many shows they have.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 shows a month.
Yeah. Do you think we'll find a lot more of the UK lads going over to America and vice versa? The Americans coming over?
Yeah, definitely, mate. I know the winner of Holmes vs Christie is going to be going over fighting Lorenzo Hunt.
Yeah.
Then we're in talks with sending another one of the guys who impressed. Can't really say much about it now, but one of the other fighters who impressed on the London event, that they're interested in having him over there for a fight during the summer.
Excellent.
There's going to be opportunities for any lads who come and impress. The American audience are going to want to see the British fighters go over. And we've got to see them get over to Thailand at some point as well. The guys need to see there's a bit of a pathway to get over to these other countries. Yeah,
definitely. And there's new territories opening all over the place as well, isn't there? Bulgaria have just signed on. Japan, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
And I think there's more states going to be coming involved as well. Hopefully they get Las Vegas this year and things.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. I think it's just a start of something absolutely huge. I mean,
it is.
Russia was a part of it just before the war started, wasn't it, as well? It's a shame that kind of all panned out the way it did.
Yeah. It's like you say, it's just growing and growing and growing, and getting these lads over to America and fighting the best. I mean, fantastic news that about Danny or Holmes going over to fight Hunt, or whoever wins that fight.
Yeah.
Fighting Lorenzo Hunt.
See, mate, yeah. I think that they're the fights people want to see. It'll get both the audiences.
Yeah.
Attention massively.
Definitely. So where will that stand with the belts then as well? Because there's 2 belts. There's the cruiserweight belt, and is it going to be the same weight?
No, it's matched at cruiserweight, this one.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so it's Anthony Holmes' cruiserweight belts on the line.
Yeah. And the belt that Hunt holds, I'm not too sure what that is. Is that cruiserweight belt?
That's the light heavyweight and the cruiserweight.
Light heavyweight. Yeah.
I think the idea is for both of the same lads, I think they want to move down to light heavyweight after this fight. So I think they'll be going for Lorenzo Hunt's light heavyweight belt, or whoever's got the light heavyweight belt at that time.
Excellent. That's great news. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
So yeah, just non-stop for yourself. Busy. The show's looking great. The production level of the shows are fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah, it's crazy, mate. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's great to see them. They put a lot more money into the events to get them on par with the American shows, which is great that they've got the confidences to do that.
Yeah, and a possible 4 more shows in the UK for the rest of the year as well.
Yeah, we've got Newcastle on July 1st. It's been moved back to. Then we've got, I think we're doing a show in Wales in September. Then we're back in London in November. Potentially got a show in Leeds as well before then.
Yeah.
Another one.
Excellent. Lily and David Round will be very happy to hear that BKFC is going to Wales.
A lot of the Welsh lads will be really happy to that it's going over there, because I mean they're always expected to sell crazy numbers of tickets to fight all over the UK, which is obviously going to be a struggle. Wales is not the most easy accessible place to get to, is it?
No. Depends where you live, I suppose.
Wales is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think David Round has been desperate to get the BKFC to Wales. He'd be looking forward to that.
David's done well. That performance against Terry Brazier was great. It's good to see David do well as well.
Yeah, he's absolutely great lad. Cracking character.
I've got a lot of time for David.
Yeah. Brilliant character.
Yeah, he is, mate. He comes and wears it out on his sleeve every single fight. He's an entertaining guy. He's fucking tough as they come. And he just always puts on a performance, no matter who wins or loses. He's always in an entertaining fight.
Yeah, I think he's going to be down in Leeds. I was speaking to him the other day. He's going to be in Leeds itself.
I think James Lilly's coming down as well. Quite a few of the lads are popping over for this one. I think they was keen to see Holmes and Christie fight as anyone else.
Yeah. We were saying before, just off camera, about how the shows are moving around and opening up different pockets of fans as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's a great thing that the BKFC do. Doing.
Yeah, we're trying to move it around for the fighters and the fans. I mean, it's just unrealistic to expect everybody to keep travelling over to the same venue constantly. So we want to find the best fighters in every part of the UK.
Yeah,
that's the goal for us going forward. So to keep trying to find little gems in all the different cities we go to, and see if we can sort of build them up into sort of household names.
Yeah, as well as finding little gems, you're hoping to get a few marquee signings as well in the UK.
Yeah, of course. Well, we're working on quite a few of them, and we've got about 3 big names in the pipeline, big UK names.
Yeah.
If they come over, we're going to be massive signs for the sport in general.
Yeah. The sport that, like you said, just keeps growing and growing. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been good to see, because obviously I've been involved in it since day one, where we're just in car parks and abandoned mills and stuff, because no venues would let us use it. And see it grow to where it is now is like phenomenal.
Yeah. So how did you get involved with the BKFC? How did with your job role?
We done a show called Total Line Fight Series, which was like a sister show, like a sister branded show they did over in America, and they did one under my old company BFBA. Then when they come over to England for the Wembley event, they asked me to get involved in the matchmaking. So I did a lot of the undercards for them. Then on the back of that, they took over my company, basically, rebranded it as Bkfc UK, and just we now run that under their guidance. Yeah.
It's got to be a great feeling, that, though, as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. Just to be given an opportunity to be part of BKFC has been absolutely huge for me. Just us in general, all the lads who work on it. It's brilliant that he's had the confidence in us to do what we're doing now.
Yeah. And you still do your personal training as well, Andy Bakewell personal training?
Yeah, mate, yeah, I still coach for a living, yeah. I've got Anarchy Martial Arts, with one of the partners of BKFC UK, Wiggy. We run that together.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, mate. I love, I fell in love with the sport, head over heels, and I love where it's going and what it's doing and how it's growing. And everyone involved, everyone that I've met, everyone I've spoke to, everyone they are genuinely nice people.
Yeah, 90% of people in this game are absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Get about their own business, and just a lot of us are just out to help each other.
Yeah. So you said, I think we said Leeds next in April 22nd, and Newcastle July 1st now as well. There's a few fights lined up for that. Jack Draper, who's on the podcast the other night, he was saying it didn't mention any opponents. It was a bit too early for that, but any other names that you could give us at all, that who's going to be on that card?
Mason Shaw's going to be on that card as well. A lot of the Newcastle lads were impressed last time. Nathan Owens Nathan's not back for this one. He's back in September time, I think. Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
So Nathan Shaw, he was out against Lee Brown at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Got the victory over Lee Brown, didn't he?
Yeah. Mason's fighting, bringing a guy over from Witowa, a Polish fighter.
Right, okay.
Because he's got quite an impressive record over there.
Yeah.
We've got lads like Kyle Cassidy, who was impressive on the last London show. He's going to be fighting again.
Gary Fox, hell of a war.
He was really impressive against a really difficult opponent. Lewis Keane, who had a great debut on the first Newcastle event he was back on. Got Robert Barry coming in. He's got some really big names. We've got Simon Hendrickson coming back over from Kings of the Streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be making his debut for Bkfc.
Excellent.
Got loads of crazy fights coming on that one, mate. So it's going to be a really big event.
What do you look for in matchmaking then when you're making the matches? Do you
just guys who just are not going to quit. They're just going to come and give it everything they've got. Just guys that try and engage all the time. Guys that want it, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to see people who are just turning up for a wage or just don't have the durability to sort of cut it at this sport, especially at this level of this sport. So yeah, that's first and foremost what we're looking for in fighters. I'm just trying to put on fights that are going to be entertaining, different classes, styles. Like we're always trying to just put good 50-50 fights on. Yeah,
and you seem to do that as well. Were you over at Gromda in Poland? Did you go and watch that?
Yeah, I went over. That's a fight over there a bit ago.
Yeah,
that was crazy show. To be fair, it was a good experience.
Yeah, I think Big Rob Cunningham, he was on that show.
Yeah, he was on the one after.
Was he the one after? Was he?
Yeah, I mean that's where I met John Ferguson and Brad Watson. And who else was there? Wayne Morgan was over there when I was there.
Yeah, John Fergo as well. Great lad. It's all just handing out contract extensions all over the place at the moment. This fighters re-signing, and it's fantastic to see that.
Yeah, we've got everyone tied into like a couple of year contracts now. All guys we just want to keep with us, just keep building the company around. So it's important that we show them a bit of respect and get them tied down for a bit of a long-term contract. Yeah.
Where do you see the Bkfc kind of going in the future? Where do you see it in a year's time, 5 years' time?
I think it's going to be massive. I think it's going to be competing with pro boxing in the UFC rather than like anything else over here. I think it's just limitless where it can get to. I think everyone's really starting to get behind it. Over the next 10 years, it's going to develop into a real mainstream sport.
Yeah, and hopefully it gets a TV deal in the UK as well.
Yeah, I know there's big things in the pipeline with Bkfc. David's working on some massive TV deals. He's always working on something.
Well, the man doesn't quit, does he?
No, he doesn't. No, he's just taking it to the next level, constantly raising the bar with things.
Yeah,
that show they've got. I think it's a week after Leeds where Eddie Alvarez, Luke Rockhold, just been signed for. That's going to be crazy.
Chad Mendes as well. He's on there.
Yeah, Ben Rothwell's on there.
Big Ben Rothwell. Big Ben Rothwell is he's on as well. He's finally got an opponent, I think, been announced.
Yeah, I believe his last one pulled out, didn't he, or something?
Yeah. But, I mean, the signings that they're making over there are just amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, mate. Nobody's competing in the sport at the minute with that.
No.
So it's going to be very difficult for anybody to catch up now. And anybody who's, no matter what they say about themselves, unless they're signing fighters at that level, how can they say they're even competing? Like, the levels below.
Yeah.
It's not even like a competition between them now.
Yeah, and hopefully we can make some big marquee signs in the UK. Like you say, I'm sure you're working on stuff and things and bringing people in, grow the brand and grow the sport, help get eyes on the sport as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it's going to be a good year this year. It's been a fantastic year as it is so far.
It's what?
It's been a fantastic year so far already.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it up to now. It's been good to see. Just get moving around the country, just bringing in fighters from all over and just seeing who the best guys are out there. Yeah.
Is there anywhere in particular that you kind of want to look at next as well, like you in the UK?
I think we're going down the Midlands at some point. probably next year. I think Scotland possibly. Manchester would be good to do a big event. Liverpool was something we were looking for, but the venue we had in place, some committee got together and put a stop to it. So this is why we had to move to Leeds originally. But it stopped closing the door on Liverpool. I think we're going to be going to Liverpool next year at some point. But they're massive cities and they've got huge amounts of top level fighters. So it'd be stupid not to try and get some of them to get on board with what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's going to be great. Like you said, it just opens up pockets of fans again everywhere, bringing people in.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, I'm going to wrap this up here, mate. Thank you very much. Bkfc tickets, you can get them at the Bkfc website.
Yeah.
You can get them whenever bright, and you can download the app as well, and you can see all the stuff there. Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And we'll speak soon, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, pal. See you later.
Cheers. See you later, pal. The big boss of the Bkfc UK there. Thank you very much for joining us. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. It helps. It does help a lot when you do that. Busy week this week. We've got Aaron Blakey on Wednesday. Got Lee Brown on Thursday and Luke Nevin in on Friday as well. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out. Hit the notification bell, and you can be notified when we're going to go live on that. That's great. Thanks very much. Have a good evening. See you later.